Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. We never left, but this run did take us an astonishing 2 weeks to complete due to crazy work schedules and just attempting to figure out how all this works, like with work and stuff and life. But we are back. I have the lovely wife here with me, and the baby. She has grown a lot. She's a big girl now. It's terrifying. Send help. But in today's video, we are going to be playing Dark Souls 1 Remastered with only daggers. So the rules are very simple, as usual. Daggers only, no shields, armor is permitted, and there are no summons in this game that have daggers. So we will not be using summons for any of this. And we regretted this a lot. And we will also be doing a new thing where we tell you how long the boss fights were. So starting off, we go with the delicious name of Big Cheese. And we start off with the Thief class, because that is the only class that starts with a dagger besides the Sorcerer, and we are not starting with that dagger. Jumping straight into this, we finally got the seamless co-op mob to work, and Fira decided to be a little cheeky and tried to slap my ass in that scene. And I quickly ran off thinking she was right behind me. She, in fact, was not right behind me. And sitting at this bonfire here, we quickly discovered the gate had shut behind me and does not open again. So she became stuck in the room with the giant demon. It did not end very well for her. She lasted almost the entire time I ran through this place. So that's good. She's getting a lot better at the game. You'll see exactly how good she got in this game. I did not. It did not go well. It did not go well at all. Running through as quickly as I can, I barely didn't make it in time to save Fira. The demon had just sat on her right as I walked through the gate. Now, this fight did not take that long. And sorry, the baby is throwing her cup. She's now drinking apple juice. Wait, which cup was it? Was it the blue cup or the green cup? Oh, the green cup. You all are getting all of that, because we're going to show the entirety of this first fight. Yes, she's very chatty now, too. And with the Asylum Demon's death, that fight took about 58 seconds. So that fight was not bad. That gave us a good little confidence boost, and it did not last long. No siree, it did not. Fast as the crow flies, we land in Firelink Shrine, where we have to regroup because the seamless co-op mob decided not to bring Fira. So we had to figure that out. The co-op mod did not do us any favors this go around. So we could not make it back to the asylum to get the doll or fight the stray demon. So the Painted World is out, so no Priscilla's dagger, which actually kind of sucked. I was looking forward to that one. But of course we tried to clear them all out, and you see here that my aggression really got me whooped. And the baby is grumpy today. And all during this run. We didn't do a voiceover in this because the baby was napping during this entire session. Like, we only played when she was asleep for an hour and a half. Letting Fira's confidence get the better of her, I let her trigger the Taurus demon. And the sound abruptly starts for some reason here. The seamless co-op mod was just all around rough. Doing a good old dive bomb on him. That damage seems pretty good until I start slapping him. And Fira, being the hero that she is, completely missed her dive bomb. And we both got trapped here in the corner. Luckily though, this dagger has one great feature about it. It does bleed, which luckily demons are very weak to bleed. After a quick little scuffle, it only took us 1 minute and 58 seconds to defeat the Taurus demon. No great axe drop on this run. I would be very upset if it did drop though. Making our way all the way to the greatest blacksmith in all the games, we buy all the Titanite shards we need so that we can upgrade our daggers to +5. We then had to make our way past the hallway of doom here. This was extremely challenging, and we both ended up dying very quickly. These hollows just were not playing around with that buff. Next up, we make it to the gargoyles. Yeah, that did not go well. That did not go well at all for us. Second attempt is much better than the first. Fira very quickly got chopped down though. And we barely managed to skim our way through this one. All in all, pretty fun fight. I did not learn from this at all. I was way too aggressive in this fight and used up all my Estus. That fight took us about 7 minutes and 38 seconds. And ringing ourselves the first bell of 2. Back at Firelink, we run into Lautrec and very swiftly deal with him and show him gravity. And then, of course, upgrading our Estus Flask while we're here, because we're just passing through. And down in Blighttown we go. This place, this was a difficulty spike. The enemies were not pleasant, and they did not take a lot of damage, even with +5 weapons. Now, we knew these daggers were bad, but this is where we really thought about the challenge. We were not happy about it, but we were going to give this the best shot that we could. Running straight into Quelaag here, I went into this with confidence. And then we seen the 18 damage of a +5 weapon. This boss has a lot of health and a lot of defense. Yes, my wife likes to remind me that we are not doing fist only yet. Yeah, she's smiling in the background. She keeps hanging that over my head. And the baby does too. I will definitely cry during it. She got to pick this challenge because I did, in fact, pick the last challenge. So, next challenge is mine to pick. Avoiding her attacks the best we can, Fira just gets her face sat on by the giant spider right there. Definitely our worst enemy in this was the fire pools that she does, or the lava pools. She was relentless with the lava pools. And the explosions, which Fira was not at all prepared for. I tried to warn her as best I could during that, but of course when I noticed it and got far away enough, then I started to warn her, which was far too late. Skipping ahead here some, this fight took about 7 minutes straight of concentrating just to get clipped by a terrible hitbox. The first try did not go so well. Actually, we made it almost to the end. It went pretty decent. Second try definitely went a lot better. Fira still died though. and you'll never guess what she died to. The explosion. Because I did not warn her with enough time as usual. After a lot of patience, that only took 2 tries, cost Fira 2 lives and me 1, and took us a grand total of 9 minutes and 53 seconds. And then we run straight through to ring the second bell, so that we don't have to worry about that anymore and can go right into Sin's Fortress. And of course, while we're down here, Ceaseless Discharge is an easy 20,000 souls. So, we absolutely take him out. Back up in Firelink, we grab the 5 Humanity and the Ring of Favor and Protection, because we didn't grab that earlier. Making our way down to beat the Capra Demon, we gotta take out all these little thieves. They were not as tough as I thought, but Fira just found out they have a backstab. Well, more of like a jump on your back and slit your throat. And picking up a second bandit's knife, I decide to try and dual wield. It didn't go well. Dual wielding is not very efficient in this game. And scrambling to roll away from the Capra Demon, I get body slammed. The 2 dogs are definitely the worst part of this fight, though. But no deaths, and 50 seconds of a boss fight later, the Capra Demon falls. Using the depth key, we go down, grab the large ember, and immediately take it to Andre, so that we can upgrade our daggers later. Fighting our way through Sin's Fortress as best we could, we actually got invaded during the seamless co-op by Littlefinger. We had no idea where he spawned, because in this world there are no fog gates. We're pretty sure that invaders can invade you at any point in any place. But none of that really matters, because as soon as I went through this door, we crashed. And right after that, we ran straight up to the Iron Golem, almost said Iron Giant, and we found out that the Firebomb Giant throws those in the other corner, not the corner that has the black scuff marks. I could not have said it better myself. It is now time for Mama's favorite boss, the one that always gets a little too handsy with her in the grocery store. Looking at that glorious 18-ish damage, my hopes were not high for this. Attempting a new strategy of luring him to the center did not work out very well for us either. Because as soon as I got clipped by that, Fira, her game did not match up with mine, and she actually got clipped at the same time by the same attack that I did. So we both have 1 death to the Iron Golem. Attempt number 2, we tried the same strategy again, just to see how well this would work. And I nearly died again, immediately. After bashing our heads against him for quite a while, we both survived, and didn't even take another death. This fight in total took us 5 minutes and 33 seconds. Really weird with the 3s being the last number today. Then, grabbing all the large Titanite shards we need, we get our daggers up to +10. Now, for my favorite part of this, is the Firekeeper and Anor Londo dead or alive? The answer may surprise you. And the answer to today's question is, she is alive. I was very excited for this, just to discover that the Firekeeper is actually dead. That is very odd. But she is right there. I could not talk to her, but I could hit her. I think I did chip her a little bit here, just to test it. But getting Fira in here, she could sit down at the bonfire just fine. So I think in my world, the Firekeeper is dead for some reason. And in Fira's world, she was alive. I was very not happy about this. Not irritated, but just not happy about it because this means I have to make this run, which I usually don't show this, but I'm going to today. I want to show you my patented strategy of hoping that they don't block my way and I can just run past everything. But I had to make it past all of this just to get, through here. And if I died, I'd be all the way back in Undead Burg with Andre. But luckily, no issues this time. So we made it all the way up to the castle. And just to get attacked by cheese demons. I do agree, my little co-host. These cheese demons are very annoying. Luckily, they're not in really any part of the game besides here. And while we're here, might as well grab Havel's stuff, just so I don't have to come back later to grab it. I do incorporate his pants in the rest of this video. And immediately get bitch slapped over it too, by this lovely, lovely chest. And as usual, we are doing the Anor Londo skip because there's no point in not doing this skip, and it took us entirely too long to get it because our jump buttons were not wanting to jump button. So we just kept rolling. But eventually she somehow made it while rolling. And then I eventually made it over. Now we do buy as much Twinkling Titanite as we can for a weapon later on. And then we immediately go into Smoke and Ornstein. Now I'm going to let these fights from here on play out. Because they take a little bit. But not as long as we thought they would. Smoke is weak to bleed. But we wanted to fight Super Smoke. Because Super Ornstein never goes well. And of course, I got pummeled immediately for my smack talking of Smoke. And Fira didn't last too much longer. She also got killed by the same attack. But we decided to split up and go one-on-one. I took Ornstein and did as much damage as I could as fast as I could. And Fira learned the moveset of Smoke. Yes, distracted. Very, very good distracting, by the way, honey. Because he could have very easily snuck up behind me at any point while I was facing the opposite direction. He did not. He didn't come after me one time during this fight. Which was very surprising to me. Ornstein was just whooping me. I was going with heavy attacks through most of this fight, thinking that just pure damage was going to carry me. I did not learn anything from that until much later on. Which, if you're going to do this run, I do not suggest doing heavy attacks only. That just drains way too much stamina. doing my best to keep him in a corner here so he can't lunge away like he's trying to do. He does love to do his little backstabs. But taking quite a bit of damage here and burning through my flask faster than I like. Of course, Fear in the background getting chased down by Smoke. And of course, we do not watch cutscenes in this family. So we will not be watching Smoke smash Ornstein. I'm sure you can watch that on another site. And of course, Smoke having the exact same moveset that he did have, Fear was already pretty good at dodging it. Except for right there. But she did survive on a pixel of health. Yes, she's in the background saying that this fight really hurt her. Of course, Smo being so weak to bleed, he bled twice right there. And of course, he is slow, but he really hits like a tank in this phase. I'm not sure what it was, but the damage that these bosses were doing significantly increases throughout this run. Now, I never increased my health past 25 through this entire run. But after that fight, that took about 10-ish minutes, somewhere in there. We grab the Lord Vessel, and we immediately take it to put it down at the door. And I lied. We immediately went and killed the Hydra. That fight took about 15 minutes. The Hydra was just not cooperating. Then we made our way into the crystal area so that we could kill this golem to get the pendant to head into the DLC. Just to get cock-blocked and realize we have to kill the golden golem first. But before that, I went ahead and bought the Crest of Artorias, just to get that out of the way while I had the souls. Fighting the golden golem here, I did it solo, because Fira had to feed the baby. Now what is great about this mod is the homeward bones do not get used. So we have unlimited homeward bones. But heading back, we kill the golem, get the pendant, and go right into the DLC. I went into this thinking that the gold tracer was a dagger. I am extremely wrong in that. It is the Dark Dirk. I think that's what it's called. I don't have it in front of me right now. But yeah, that's what we're going for in this. Fighting the Sanctuary Guardian, I always struggle with him because of his lightning attacks. And then literally get comboed to death right there. Luckily, he didn't kill me all the way. The real MVP of this fight was definitely Fira. I was beyond useless. Once again, letting my aggression take hold of me, I end up getting stuck in this corner right here. Unable to roll away and get headbutted to death. That same fight, Fira used all of her mom patience that she has built up over the years and completely fought this boss on her own. After an agonizing 14 minutes and 12 seconds, Fira finally takes it down all on her own. And running through this entire forest just brings back nostalgia to me. Calamy was a huge worry of ours. We very much struggle with him. Going to say hello to Chester just to tell him that we got sucked into the past like he did. Look at his stuff just to see, and decide that he has nothing I want. I definitely do not want to pay $10,000 for a single humanity. And now I start dumping all of my souls straight into there. Straight into Dex. And for some reason, I did not record us getting the Dark Tracer. That's what it's called, Dark Tracer. But we got it. That's the last weapon we're going to be getting in this run. We will be sticking with this. And we need this humanity so that we can get the 30 humanity we need to open the shortcut down in Islith. And somehow Fira ended up poisoning her. We went back into the recording. We looked into it. We have no idea how that lady became poisoned. But Dark Souls works in mysterious ways, people. After we grab those humanity, we give it all to the Daughter of Chaos. Just so we don't have to go through the giant lava area. Because that lava area is beyond frustrating and so bright. It's just ugly. And now moving on to the Fire Demon Sage. Oh, sorry, Demon Fire Sage. I cannot read. I'm probably dyslexic. I do drive a train for a living, people. We tried out the heavy attack. It's just not good. It is hilarious to do a weird little jab, but not really for us. I also just realized, my wife just pointed this out, we lost the entire Artorias fight. I am very upset about that, and I don't know why it took me this long to realize you cannot get this weapon until after Artorias. You turn this weapon into his girlfriend, or his teammate, whatever you want to call her, and you get her weapons. That fight... Yes, we spent 3 hours on the fight itself. We died 26 times each. And the fight in total took about 31 minutes. That was... Yes, the final fight took 31 minutes. That was a horrible fight. We did 10 damage with plus 10 weapons. Yes, he did not bleed. He was not a very fun boss this time around. Yeah, we tried using gold pine resin. Did not help. But moving on here to the Centipede Demon. He's just the Centipede Demon. That's all he is. Not very difficult. You get the orange charred ring from cutting off his arms and killing him. And then, you know, eventually he will go down once you cut his ankles off enough. And moving on to the Bed of Chaos. Of course, it's just a black screen. Looks odd. I fell through the floor. Fira, once again, had to be the MVP of this run. And was, for some reason, struggling to hit the bug. So, Bed of Chaos down. Total time, 5 minutes. The other two bosses, also 5 minutes. Dumping everything we have into dexterity as usual, and going straight for Pinwheel. Now, Fira could not join me for this fight, unfortunately, because she got yeeted by one of the wheel skeletons outside. But, of course, we need no assistance with Pinwheel. He falls pretty quickly, actually. And then we go after the Moonlight Butterfly so we can get the Divine Ember so that we can make a divine weapon so we don't have to deal with the skeletons for Lord Nito. Yeah, she was not even in this boss fight. She was over there, but she just kind of stopped playing. The baby really needed to eat. She was starving to death. She was just running around with one hand. And then moving on here, we're going to attempt to take out the 4 kings. But of course we have to take out Sif first for the ring. And of course, delicious hitboxes. I got clipped mid-roll. You know, I may talk a lot of trash about like the hitboxes and all that. I love this game. And it's one of those games that grew on Fira, because she's the one who's suggesting doing some of these runs. So it's not me dragging her through all this. She's actually carrying me quite a bit through these runs while simultaneously holding a baby who is about 7 months now. And she's a wiggle butt. She loves to move around, wiggle, yell at you, and laugh at us whenever we die. This baby pays attention and mocks us very much. And she's also distracting whenever she yells at us and we look and get slapped around. She loves it. It's great. That fight did not take long. 45 seconds. But grabbing the Hornet Ring for later usage and making our way down into this disgusting area, we decided to deal with most of the ghosts here, trying to get the Jagged Ghost Blade, which is another dagger. Spoiler alert, we did not get it to drop at all. And we also went for the Ghost Dagger, I believe that's what it's called, which both are kind of a rare drop. We didn't get either. Not one time. This ghost room gave us quite a bit of trouble. It doesn't look like it, but it was quite a bit of trouble. I was worried that one grab would definitely kill us. But we kept swinging and a-swinging, and Vera ran the wrong direction and got molested by a bunch of ghosts down the stairs. And as her dutiful husband, it was my job to save her as best I could. And after dispatching the last ghost that was getting her, we ran down this hallway and out the stairs to grab the Curse Bite Ring, because we are damn tired of getting cursed by Seath. And of course that ghost was just not wanting to be hit, period. After we grabbed the key from old Red Robe up there, we drain the water and make our way down to the 4 kings so that we can attempt a very, very fun boss. Now, this is where we ran into an issue. I put on the ring too late and fell straight through the floor. And Fira here took out the first king on her own, and we discovered a weird bug. The other kings did not spawn. We sat in this boss room for about 5 minutes waiting. No boss spawned. But running back down, we discovered we do good damage. Not the best damage, obviously, not the best damage we've ever done. But we deal enough damage to dispatch one king before another can spawn. It was at this point that I realized that they are doing a lot of damage. Everything is starting to do a lot of damage. And I'm not sure why or what's happening. Every setting is at normal, but they're doing more damage than usual. So I threw on all the Havel set just so I could continue to attack and worry less about health. But looking at that stamina regen, I almost took it back off, because that was awful. That was way too slow of stamina regen. After a persistent amount of determination by the four kings, they fall. Very, very easily. That fight took a total of 2 minutes and 26 seconds. After dying to Seath the Scaleless, we were sure to put on our curse bite ring so that we would not be cursed. Taking our mandatory death, escaping prison, and then moving straight on to his boss fight because nothing else happened. And he decided to immediately start off with a tail slam, which was good because the clams had followed us into the boss room, and he dispatched them all. Waiting for Fear to get into position so that we had the best chance of killing Seath before he could really do some damage to us. Jumping straight into an armpit here. He went for a tail attack right about here, which was not very good. Fira clipped through the tail, and then I got greedy and could not escape. Unfortunately, I got clipped with the tail and then immediately blasted upwards. Luckily, though, Fira survived. And of course, taking all the pot shots at his crotch that she can, making sure that she's all good and topped up on health. Having the Curse Bite ring on really made this fight actually really easy. Not having to worry about curses or nothing. But of course, me saying that now after I died and she carried me through the fight once again. But Fira killed them all on her own again, and that was that. 1 minute and 45 seconds. Moving straight on to Gwen here. Also, we completely forgot about the DLC. After we killed Artorias, we just forgot about it. We never went back for some reason, which, looking back on it now, is really funny. But yeah, sorry about that. And I did my best to parry Gwen. I don't know what it was. Gwen was just... he was staggering me with every single hit he did. So I could not get the parry off at all. Second attempt here. It went about as good as the first. Still attempting to do some parries. It did not end well for me. We got him to about half health. And very quickly, Fira got cornered. And then we jumped back into the fight, and just every parry was on point. Mwah! Except for that one. Don't worry about that one. Doing about 1,200 damage per poke here. Now, his attention was very easily grabbed. Every time we'd hit him, he would immediately turn. We started having a lot of issues with the seamless co-op in this area, and the game crashed about 4 times on the run here. But, with that being said, that is the run. That is Dark Souls Remastered with only daggers. This was a very challenging run, and took us quite a while to get anywhere. The daggers were a really hard learning curve until we got the DLC dagger, the Dark Tracer. But we loved it. We had a great time. Took us 2 weeks to get this run done, with life and everything happening. But we are still putting out content, everybody. We thank you all for your support. We love you. And we will see you all in the next videos, which is Pyromancy's Only. We are getting started with that immediately. Thank you for joining us. This is Thomas the Game Engine, Fira, and the baby, and we will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!